So you've seen my first video on solving basic trigonometric problems and you want to see more examples involving tan and cosine. Watch this video and I'll explain. So in my first video I explained the trigonometric formulas and I explained that we use the word SOH-CAH-TOA to remember them. And I wrote the word SOH-CAH-TOA in these three pyramids. This will help me solve problems in a bit. Okay, so let's look at this first example. We have an angle 35 and looking at the angle we also have the adjacent side, which is 8. But the side we're looking for is the hypotenuse. So we look at our triangular pyramids and we see which one includes A and H. We'll see that it's the cosine one. So if I put my finger on H, on the hypotenuse, we'll see that H equals A over cosine of the angle. Remember, all the trigonometric functions always work on the angle. So in this case, question mark equals 8 divided by cosine 35. If I put that in my calculator, I'll get that question mark equals 9.8. Okay, one more example. Here, the angle is 67 and we have the adjacent being 14 and the unknown side is the opposite. So we need a formula that includes O, the opposite, and A, the adjacent. If we look at our formula pyramids, we'll see that it's the tan one. So if I put my finger on O, I'll get that O equals tan of the angle times the adjacent. So in this case, X equals tan of 67 times 14. I put that in my calculator, I'll get that X equals 33. If you've put this in your calculator and you've got 0.78, it's because you've made a mistake. Instead of doing tan of 67 and then timesing that answer by 14, you've done the tan of 67 times 14. So make sure you don't make that mistake. Okay, next example. So here we don't know the angle, but we know the opposite and the adjacent. So we look at our pyramid and we'll see that tan is the only formula that includes O and A. So if I put my finger on tan, where the angle will be, we'll see that tan of the angle equals O over A. So in this case, tan of the angle equals 20 divided by 12. So 20 divided by 12 is 1.6 recurring. So tan of the angle equals 1.6 recurring. Now we want to move over the tan function to the other side. And remember, we use the inverse operation. And the inverse operation of tan is inverse tan. And you can find this on your calculator. So now X equals the inverse tan of 1.6 recurring. And you'll get that X equals 59. Okay, this is our last example for the video. We have this triangle where we know the angle and we know the hypotenuse, but we don't know the adjacent side. So we need a formula that includes A and H. If we look at our pyramids, we can see that it's the cosine one. So if I put my finger on the A, we can see that A equals cosine of the angle times H. So in this case, X equals cosine of 60 times 13. So X equals 6.5. If you get that X equals 0.5, it's because you've done cosine of 60 times 13 instead of cosine 60, that answer, times 13. Well, there you have it. How to solve trigonometric problems including cosine and tan. Watch my next video where I look at more wordy problems involving trigonometry.